this last night a little bit. It was doing pretty good. I know that the meta right now is probably all in shambles because everyone's trying all sorts of new stuff, so this may not shake out so well as things get a little bit more firmed up. But right now this is really fun. Got a few new cards here, a few like oldies but goodies that they reprinted in this set, but definitely doing some work with this one. So I wanted to do a live video showing this off a little bit. So you got your standard players for mono black in here. You got your Shieldred, Invoke Despair, Liliana, Cut Downs, Evolve Sleeper. So like, and obviously Infernal Grasp. These are all like staples of this black control or black mid-range type-y deck. So my spin on it is this figure is incredibly good, especially versus a lot of these smaller creatures like Hero of Benalia that is always indestructible if they discard a card, which is nice to have them discard a card, but if you just want the damn thing off the board, this figure is way too good to just clear that up. So this is a great split with Cut Down. Cut Down can get anything with Power and Toughness combined less than 5. This can pretty much just like permanently kill something like Hero of Benalia. So I threw those in here. Infernal Grasp is pretty good. I was thinking of splitting this with the new kill card, Go for the Throat, but I wasn't sure how many artifacts I'd be seeing, and I'd rather be able to take out whatever and not have to think about it. So I just left it in here. We gain enough life through other means that this is not necessarily a problem. 3 Pilfer, because looking in someone's hand unconditionally and just getting rid of whatever the biggest threat to you is just really good, and it's one of the key cornerstones of mono black, so really been enjoying this card a lot more. Liliana, like I said, she's just ridiculous. Didn't want to play too many of her because kind of use her as a removal spell, and then like obviously a threat for going ultimate to just ruin the opponent's board state, but ultimately she's not the whole center of this deck, so that's cool. We can kind of keep her in here but not build around her too much. Malicious Malfunction, this I put in here because there seems to be a lot of like soldier decks right now, and a lot of like go wide kind of like small creature dirtily kind of decks, and if this goes off at the right time, not only do you exile everything and you get around indestructible like the Hero of Benalia again, but also everything is exiled, so like it can't come back from the graveyard, so that's cool too. This is just to get you, this is like the bridge card to get you to the late game, because as you can see we're very heavy in the 5+ mana slot, so this is kind of just the holdover if they're going wide. Things like Liliana isn't very good because they could have little dirtily like 1/1s. The one creature that comes to mind is like Squee. A lot of people are playing him in like mono red aggro. This will clean up Squee permanently and any of his little dirtily 1/1s that he pooped out. So this is the bridge card to get to the late game. I had a little success with using this one, so not too bad. New card here, Hostile Negotiations. I am liking this one because you can play it on the opponent's turn and leave mana open for like Infernal Grasp, Disfigure, Cut Down, and then if they don't play anything that you're worried about, you can Hostile Negotiation, and you get your 2 piles. You tell the opponent which one is face up or face down. I don't know, it's a mind game. Sometimes they choose right, sometimes they choose wrong, but the cool thing is if you use this and you put in the bin creatures like Shieldred or Junji or a Phyrexian Flesh Gorger, it's really not the end of the world, because we do have a lot of ways to bring creatures back through Gix's command and Cruelty of Gix, so we can get back creatures. So I typically tend to show off whichever pile has more creatures in it. That way I can bring them back later on. It's not the end of the world, but gaining 3 cards at instant speed at the cost of 3 life is pretty awesome, and definitely opens up some mana ramping and things of that nature. Shieldred's just ridiculous. basically any kind of turn 4 that you got her in your hand, you probably should throw her down unless it's going to get countered or something like that. It's just a must-answer threat, and it can definitely turn the board state. Big old booty on her, death touch, and then basically don't ever attack unless you know for sure they don't have some sort of planeswalker that can remove them, like a Wandering Emperor or something like that. And since they're never being tapped, just brick wall them and then just let the gain 2, lose 2 effects drain them down. Gix's command, I was really liking this one actually. You choose 2 of any of the modes. The mode that I used the most was return 2 creatures and then have the opponent sacrifice the highest power creature that they control. It was really good for removing... what did I use it on? I think I used it on mono blue or something like that. I think I used this to get rid of some of the Tolarian terrors that have like ward and whatnot. Got rid of those, return 2 creatures or whatever you need out of it. It's a very modal card, so it's pretty fun. Got 1 Junji in here because why not? Reviving something from the opponent's graveyard is cool. Making them discard is cool, but also a Flying Menace 5/5 big body is hard to beat. They basically need an exile, otherwise you're going to get something of value off of this guy. 2 Cruelty of Gix, depending on who you're playing and what the meta is. You can use mode 1, 2, or 3. If you already have a Phyrexian Fleshgorger in the bin, you may just want to jump straight to level 3 and get them back, but nothing wrong with tearing up the opponent's hand. And obviously looking for some sort of answer is not bad either on step 2, but you got to be mindful of the life loss. Sometimes it adds up between this and Hostile Negotiations and Infernal Grasp, especially if you're playing an aggro deck. So just use this how you need to. Read Ahead is really cool on Sagas. 4 Invoke Despairs. I mean, card's ridiculous. Draw, kill just about everything on the board. Place where this is not great is against go wide strategies, which is why we have a sweeper in the form of Malicious Malformation or Malfunction, and some other spot removal for smaller dirtily creatures, so we can make sure we hit the one we want. And then the big baddie of the new set, absolutely love this card, Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Play it on 3, it's good. Play it on 7, it's game ending. And with ways to get it back, like Cruelty of Gix, Junji, and Gix's Command, it's a force to be reckoned with. The ward ability alone, I had someone kill it with a Infernal Grasp, and they did 9 to themselves. So that was like the end of the game right there. But if this thing can block or attack, it can bring you back into the game big time really quick. Another cool thing to know is that if this gets like removed underneath like a Brutal Cathar or something like that, and then you kill the Brutal Cathar, it will come back in as the 7/5, not the 3/3, even if you prototyped it in. So if it gets blinked or anything like that, or it comes back into play, which is a deck I'm considering maybe making some way of cheating in the 7/5 version of this. But this card is stupid good. Counts as an artifact, Menace, Lifelink, and the ward ability to pay its life is so good because you could literally you can make it bigger if you think it's going to die and just get max juice off it. Anyways, going to the mana base, we have 26 lands, 19 swamps, 1 Takenuma to bring stuff back, including a Phyrexian Fleshgorger, late game, Shieldred, whatever you need. We have 2 Blast Zones as another version of a sweeper. If they have a bunch of little dirtily 1s and 2s on the board, this thing can clean them up pretty quick. It already comes in at level 1, so you could blow up the whole board state of level 1 or CMC 1 creatures or whatever you need. Demolition Field is basically in here as the mana screwing / Mishra Foundry's answer. This can blow up. This is basically like Field of Ruin, but this can kill Mishra's Foundry, or it can screw up the mana base if they have Domain or something along those lines. So I just threw it in here. Lets you search what you need, which is another swamp. Then we got 2 Mishra's Foundry just because it's a creature land. You can go in and attack 2/2. It's still not bad. If you have 2 of them, you can make it a 4/4, whatever you need. So not too bad. If you keep the board state clear, these things can do some work, but mostly we're trying to go for Shieldred and the Flesh Gorger, and then obviously Evolved Sleeper can get out of hand really quickly if it's not answered to. So that is the control deck we're running right now. Let's get into a game. I'm just going to go ahead and try for... we will go for Standard. I hate that it always puts you on Alchemy. So we'll go Standard. Non-ranked right now. We'll just see how we do. I'm playing quite a bit of mono white in Standard play queue. I don't know if the soldier decks are just what everyone is so excited for or whatever, but let's see how we do here. They go first. I think we'll get the sleeper on board. All right. We're going to pass. There's Squee. Before he shits out a guy, we'll do that. And we'll level this up. I still don't think we're going to block. Okay. Let's get in for 2. We'll get the Flesh Gorger down. So now they can spend their turn answering Flesh Gorger, or I'm just going to gain 3 life back. They keep playing dirtily little guys. We may level up Evolved Sleeper and then eventually do the malfunction. They can use their turn and pay 3 life if they'd like. They do have enough mana here to do a... no, they don't. Multiple Phoenix Chicks. And the Lightning Strike. Okay. So they have 2 cards in graveyard. I think I'm going to hold. We're going to buff up Evolved Sleeper. I don't think they'll attack with the Bloodthirsty. No. Okay. Don't know what happened there, but if somehow or another they knew that we had the formation going on, then they read that one correctly, but I don't know how they would have. But we were going to pump the sleeper to 3/3, then we were going to malformation. All of those guys get exiled, so there's nothing for Squee to come back with. We would have had a big 3/3 on the board. Then we would have started tearing them up with some of the other stuff we got. I like this hand. Go ahead and pump, see what they do. They probably will cut me down. Maybe not. Okay. I don't know why they wouldn't have done that during their turn, but I'm going to play around a Make Disappear and go with him. Okay, so they have Wandering Emperor is basically what this means to me. So we will run out the Flesh Scourger that they know of. They can counter and not get there. Yeah, I'm going to make them waste that turn. Say if they wouldn't get their Wandering Emperor if they countered the Flesh Scourger. Wow. They really, really I'm gonna go in with just the Flesh Scourger, because if they do Wandering Emperor this, they're still going to have to lose 3 life. I don't know what they're holding up right now, but just going in here. If they play that Wandering Emperor, which they will, we will now cheat out a Children. Yep. Still losing. Here comes Shelly. Okay.
Back to wandering. May your blade strike true.
Well, they got a lot of mana, don't they? They still have that showing, so I might just pass here. Okay. Although I could probably just kill this thing, couldn't I? I need them to spend the mana on their turn, though. Let's get a card off this at least. We got children in here. I think we'll save the command for later. We'll see if we can get this Flesh Scourger down. They may be sitting on a counter spell. Okie doke. Got a Farewell Gamer. Well, run it back. Here's my land. So what would hurt them the most? Let's get... looks like they're really hurting on black, so let's get this black-white one out of here. Let me get my hand organized. Got 2 disfigures, affirmation, Gix's command. In the graveyard, we got a Shieldred that we can bring back.
You know, I've always got time to fight evil. It's nice to see a familiar face.
Take care of that right now. Get Junji out. Still got hostile negotiations up.
There is much the past can teach us.
Do they have an answer for a flyer, though? Man, where are my Mishra's Foundries? This would be perfect for them. Because they're not running very much instant removal. Exile all creatures and all graveyards. Well then. Do we burn this? I think we will. Yes. We're going to make them discard 2. We're going to turn this one up. See if they want to give it to us. Really like the Mishra's Foundry. See how they choose. You know, they chose correctly. Alright, here we are. In a control game with no creatures on the other side.
Nobody knows the past better than me.
Yes, I would like to target this guy. The bugs in this game are fucking ridiculous. Let's scan every square inch of this thing. So let me guess, I can kill it with this though. Yeah, can target it with that, but not disfigure. Makes sense. Alright. So those were the cards that they knew of. We have 11 lands. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're drawing Super Flood. I really need some creatures. Them having Graveyard Exile is a little annoying.
Knowledge is meant to be shared.
Go with Cut Down. They're definitely not getting a creature out on us. Holy shit. Creature removal for days.
Nobody knows the past better than me.
Hey, can target with this figure now. What do you know? Alright, Shieldred. Let's do some work. Now when they draw their 800 cards. You got spot removal? Mm-hmm.
Knowledge is meant to be shared.
Sick. Well, Gix's command has got to bring back Shieldred. Shieldred comes down. Okay then. Apparently they're a creature removal deck big time too. Is that the end of your Teferi? Christ.
To see a familiar face.
What do they got? They got nothing in theirs. And I got nothing in mine. Start out with this. Are they just sitting on counterspells this entire time, too? And we're going to go straight to here. And we will go for Liliana.
Nobody knows Dominaria shadows like me. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
I've got eyes everywhere.
Oh, baby. Alright, we're going to start charging up this blast zone. Because this Teferi is getting super fucking annoying. If I only had some pilfers, man. Where are my pilfers? Yep.
Who's that handsome devil?
Got a fuckload of card draw now. Well, they had the answer to everything. Some Planeswalker removal wouldn't be a bad idea, because I was considering running like March of the Wretched Sorrow in here. So we could definitely tune things like that, but that is not a typical deck that I've seen played. So I think versus the meta, which seems to be very aggro-y right now, I feel like this control deck's a little bit more suited for obviously creature heavy decks. A straight control versus control deck. Don't know. I mean, this would have been great against them the other day. I mean, last game, but if this is aggro, I have no doubt we'll keep drawing into some answers, but man, last game, those Pilfers would have been really good. They played 0 creatures minus the Teferi Planeswalker and just shitloads of card draw, so like, yeah, I don't know, any kind of, what is the murder that killed Hero's Downfall? That's what I'm talking about. Three mana instant that kills creatures or planeswalkers. That would have been clutch if I had that in the deck, but I feel like you really need a sweeper in the 3 slot. So I love this little avatar, man. It's like one of the coolest ones I've seen. Let's get in that hand. What do we got? Mechanized Warfare. Okay. So we're going to get Bank Buster this turn. And then we will get the Fable next turn. They're going to play Harvester for sure. Harvester will eventually answer with an Infernal Grasp. I really don't want them to get any kind of card advantage or filtering. They're taking their sweet fucking time, though. I guess we'll play the Foundry. Get rid of this. Excuse me. And they drew yet another Bank Buster. Now it'd be sweet if I didn't draw land here. Okay. Drop the Blast Zone. And do we go in? No, we're not going in because they're just going to shoot it down. I don't have... Oh. Okay. This is going to piss them off pretty bad. We're going to charge this Blast Zone up to 2. And then blow up the Bank Buster and the War. And then that's what they're banking on. play sleeper. Oh my lord. This is gonna get nasty. Well, hold on. We will... Did I already drop a land? There we go. Okay. So, we will add... We'll attack with this. Threaten attack. Really? Well, that's not very smart. Okay. So we'll go 1. And we'll take that out. Now we're going to go Gix's command. We'll destroy each creature of power 2 or less, and we'll return 2 creatures. So we'll get this back. Not bad. I mean, the alternative there... I guess you can play the Epicure. Alright, let's get this in play. And we will level up. And what did you exile this time? So now every time we draw with Evolved Sleeper, we gain 1 actually. Okay, it's gonna cost you. This mechanized warfare is throwing off my numbers, man. They keep killing me. Keep killing all my guys because they get 1 more damage. Yeah, I think that's game. Their little enchantment there kept fucking me up because I was making blocks based on the fact that it had been favorable, but it was not because they added 1 extra damage. I need to update the record here. Let's see, I think I've lost 2 now, which is not cool. I have so much removal for little tiny dirtily creatures. I mean, where was this last game? I keep seeing the card I needed the last time. If I would have played that, their whole board state would have been screwed. Okay. God damn. Apparently this is the card. That was a hell of a draw. Clean this bitch up here in a second.
Whatever. Luck favors the foolish, after all.
Go ahead and get your mechanized warfare up out of here. Thank you. Oh, a George. Okay, we're gonna play the Foundry. See how he gets around this. Big 5/5 body. Buy us some time, hopefully. Maybe he'll commit more to the board than malformation. Did he think he had his mechanized warfare? Well, big old 7-7 boy. Got a way around that. How about we take care of this guy? And we will attack. Yep, that's game. Make an update here. All right. We're going to go at least for the 4 daily wins, hopefully. It's been like mostly aggro. In that black-red deck, though, I feel like breeds would be too good. Alright, not liking 2 lands, but the curve is pretty sexy, so I might keep it. I get to go first too, so gives me a little bit of options. Definitely wish this was a swamp at least. If this is mono blue, getting the Evolved Sleeper down is real good. And we'll play it right back. Wonder if this is mono blue tempo or something. To have me spend my mana doing nothing. I was gonna say, are they hurting for lands right now? Big mistake. Colossal mistake. You don't put that down without any kind of backup, bro. Everyone in mono blue knows that. Alright, so I think we're going to drop off the cut down here with the +1, just because Jin's already outside of that range. And we will probably just keep going in with the Evolved Sleeper, see what they do about it. We'll go in with the Evolved Sleeper. Then on return, we'll probably go with Shieldred. They may bounce or spend something here. Nope, not at all. Okay, what do I want countered then? Maybe nothing. No, let's get it out on this. They're gonna counter, which is fine. Because now, if they play something, we have the Liliana Destruction. Yep. Let's go this route. Let's go. Each opponent sacrifices the highest number, and we'll go. And 2. Yeah, we'll do +2. Alright, opponent. What are you doing here? Got your fading fucking hope? Is that what you're sitting on? Okay. They had something for one. Maybe it was consider. I don't know. I can't get into mono blue, man. It's just like sit there, do nothing, counter everything, and then just play some like creature with a ton of protection. Like if you play any kind of instant interaction on their turn and you have like 2 removal spells, their whole game plan goes to shit. It's just so sensitive. This is an incredibly slow hand. But 3 mana is pretty good. I'm gonna mulligan though. This is probably equally as slow. Now I have no removal. I guess I'm chucking a pilfer. If this is aggro, I might just be dead right off the rip. I like this card back. It's pretty sick. Look at that. It's like the Gick sleeve. Okay, okay. Blue, black. Is this another control deck? Am I going to be wishing I kept that other pilfer? Oh, Esper. Go figure. Always Esper. Gonna counter. Wow. I'm going to go for the throat because I want them to spend 4 mana on my Shieldred if that's what they want to do. Legendaries you control. Their mana sucks. Yeah, I'm not doing much else. Might as well maybe blow up their plaza or something. Or I could blow up their Gonjo. No, probably whatever utility land they got is. Or don't ask me. That's cool too. I love how it just skipped right over. Is it because I hit that? It didn't prompt me at the end? Go ahead and waste your whole turn sending that back.
Anyone who harms my people must keep watch for intruders. Show them how we greet our enemies.
Four, five, six. If they're still going with this Dinnick, that means that they got a Wandering Emperor and they're going to +1 it, right? Got an answer for this bad boy? Of course they do. 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Perfect lethal. Drew every card they needed. Ah, I can't get any of my sweepers or spot removal. It's like mostly a creature destruction deck, but I just cannot seem to draw my cards. Let's see. There we go. I don't know how much better you can play. Don't think I messed up there. Alright, got a decent amount of removal. And I get to go first for once. I'm going to take this out. We'll bluff that we got Another removal. No blocks. You gonna play something else down? We'll get in there. Okay. Yep. Sacrifice the highest thing. Give +1s to this. Get my ass back up in there. We got 6 mana. No attacks. I guess we'll take the draw. I know we're going to take some damage. Oh. Alright. End the turn. Wow. Jesus Christ, talking about the fucking dream draw, man. Oh my god. Wow, can I get that fucking lucky, man? Alright, well. Get back in there. So far, not so good. Got everyone doing everything they shouldn't be doing. Oh. Unearth is a pretty sweet mechanic, I'm not gonna lie. Almost makes me want to run the werewolf. 3 CMC werewolf. Graveyard Trespasser. Alright. Let's get rid of the disfigure, I guess. Jund. Get this bad boy leveled up. Okay, here's a 5-color deck. I'm gonna go ahead and kill that one. Gotta have some sort of basics in there, right? Oh yeah, that fucked them big time. Now they don't have any green. Only one source of black. Let me introduce you to Liliana.
I've always hated clowns.
Shieldred's good, I just don't want any shenanigans with them taking lifelink. Land right on cue.
You won't be outsmarting me. It's no fun when they
Okay.
get back.
That's 2. They love their little archangel, man. All right. So, played 8 games. We are at 50% win rate, which is not great. We're going to go for the tiebreaker here. Awesome. Got a spam bot in the chat. Hell yeah. 18sex.xyz. Where do I sign up? That is so slow. This is also slow, but if they load the board up with little dirtlies, we're gonna wipe on 3. On 3, we're going Flesh Gorger then. Or maybe not. No, I think that guy's too good. The sound it makes. It's awesome. Can I click no block? Thank you. What do you got? One ring of per then? Shivan Devastator. Let's pilfer up. See what are the big threats we got here coming in. Chill Wrath. Only one activation of that would be pretty nice. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Make them spend their turn on it. The fact that these aren't legendary is crazy. Sorcery speed, okay. Really? No goddamn lands here? What a joke. Fucked by the shuffler? I have 26 lands, man. You gotta be shitting me. Jesus Christ. 26 lands. I can't get 5. Alright. Let's see how it's gonna be. Be the last one. Literally run so many lands so that I'd never run out. Sucks when you flood, but man, when you have such a high-end curve. Let's hope this is a creature deck. Otherwise I'm screwed. No land again. Wowee. Now they're going to load up their graveyard with impulses and considers. Oh my god, dude. Serious. No, I really... Well, hold on. Gix's command can clean up a lot of that. Let me stall. We'll put this down. Unless they have a ton of lightning bolt removal. Assuming that I'm going to get to 5 lands is a huge assumption, though, too. It's really not looking that way, is it? All right. I will happily trade my Evolved Sleeper. Yummy, yummy. There you go. Gix's command, winning that game outright. Naomi, Pillar of Order. I'll take it. Alright, well, we played 10 games and went 5-5. I feel like this morning was a little sweatier than normal, but this is the deck. This is the wrap up at this point. So we got Cut Down, Disfigure, Evolved Sleeper, Infernal Grasp. You know, this could... Just in the games we played, I feel like this could easily be swapped out for, let's see, 2 mana. 2 mana instance. Go for the Throat. Haven't seen a terrible amount besides this dude. He's like in every deck, I feel like. The Gorger is ridiculous, as you could see in some of those videos. That was my main reason for running Infernal Grasp, is you can kill anything with it, but you can kill anything with Go for the Throat as long as it's not an artifact. So that's the caveat. I don't know how much impact artifacts have had so far in the meta. From the 10 games I just played, any threatening creature not really was an artifact. So this could definitely be a slot in for Infernal Grasp to save you, upwards of 6 life if you played all 3. You could do a split 2 and 2, drop a Pilfer, and get 4 spot removal cards, which is not a bad idea. Pilfer's more in there for other control-y type decks. Liliana is always an all-star, so you could definitely increase her. Hostile Negotiations. I mean, it is a net of 3 cards for 3 life, so that's still pretty good card draw for black. And loading up the graveyard with creatures to bring back or reanimate with Cruelty of Gix is the whole idea, but I know I only have one in the deck. It didn't come up that often where it was like a necessity, so you could definitely drop this, add another Liliana or something along those lines. Now that we don't have Meat Hook, the other sweeper you could be going for would be let's see here, not 2 mana, 3, Path of Peril, I believe. Where is it? Losing my mind here. This could definitely go in the decks in a 3 slot as well. This is the one that could have killed Teferi, so that's a good sub in for a slot 3. I may consider doing something like that if Teferi becomes very problematic, which he seems incredibly powerful, so it might very well be something I do. Bloodline Calling is another one, except it's only creature tokens, so if they're just dirtily small creatures, this won't hit it, which was the main reason why I went with Malicious Malformation. Why do I keep calling it Malformation? Malfunction. Let me see if I can find a path. Oh, it's not an instant, that's why. There we go. So Path of Peril. If you did put some black-white lands, or even a Celestis in the 3 slot, you could definitely power this up to cleave everything, so it could become a 3 kill for anything 2 or less, which would kill any power tokens, basically, which is sweet. This absolutely wrecks usually, but it doesn't get around creatures that can reoccur, so like you're not exiling them. So some of the smaller creatures that have bring back abilities, like that new black artifact, it would take it off the board, but then they could bring it back. So anyways, that's another slot in for Malicious Malformations, Path of Peril. You just got to take it or leave it sometimes with like how things work out. Obviously, Invoke is really powerful. It definitely doesn't work as well when you have a lot of small creatures on the board, which is why we have so much small creature cleanup. This guy is just insane. 4 wouldn't be a bad idea either, just because you can play him early, and then if he dies, you just bring him back with like Cruelty or something along those lines. Gix's command sucks when you don't have any creatures in the graveyard. If they don't play creatures on the other side that this can hit. But in the last game, you just saw how powerful it can be. You can clean up the entire board with like, just this spell. So that's pretty awesome. Shieldred is always great. Yeah, not a whole lot to say there. I mean, I feel like we kind of got a little clunky on the mana base. Like maybe I need to drop the Demolition Fields or something like that. And then honestly, Blast Zone did save me maybe 1 game, but you could probably drop this down to 1. I just wanted to see it more often, so I went with 2. But anyways, that's the deck, guys. 50% win rate on 10 games is But it is early in the morning. It was kind of sweaty out there, but I feel like we're going to keep tuning this until it's a lot better. If you guys have any suggestions on what I should pick or pull or put back in certain slots, please let me know. Another main contender, now I'm thinking about that, is March of the Wretched Sorrow. It's just such a good utility card because it can basically be a life gain to bring you back in and kill planeswalkers as well. So it's not a bad card to have for maybe in slot of like the disfigures. You could take those out, but then again, you're not going to be able to kill some of those invincible creatures like the Hero of Benalia. So you take that how you want. If white becomes the meta big time, then you may want disfigure, but otherwise Wretch of Sorrow is pretty damn good. And then the other one I saw was let me see, grasp. This one. This is another instant that could be decent because you deal 3 damage and you gain 3 life. So it's a good like early game stall for 2 mana and an instant speed. And there are quite a bit of humans right now in the meta, especially in the ones that seem to be aggro based, like white, red, blue, white. A lot of them have humans, so this could definitely be a contender for a removal spell. A lot of those smaller creatures, before they get buffed up, this would kill and stall out the game until you can get your big threats down like Shieldred or Junji or whatever. So yeah, that's my ideas. If you guys have any suggestions, again, please let me know. Why the hell did you do that? That's really weird. Huh. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the next live stream. Take care.